Alright guys, yeah, welcome to another entry. This one will be about Jack Swagger and well, I guess the second coming of Jack Swagger really, since he's come back as basically a patriot slash racist, which I guess is depending on which side of the fence you fall on. I just wanted to really say my opinion on it really. I mean, as a wrestling fan for, 20 years, I guess. I, I saw slightly Iron Sheik time. I mean, I got to see that when I was young, but it had happened before, quite a few years before I got to see it. But still, I still got to see it while I was young, and yeah, kind of got this hating on America. Obviously, I'm not American, so, it wasn't really directed at me. And yeah, it wasn't really, but it still kind of made me think about the world a bit more, that, oh, there is this, hate, for one reason or another. I mean, like, not everybody's as educated as everybody else, as people who know about the wars and why there are international conflicts. But for how accessible information is nowadays on internet, with internet, with the TV, every news thing now is immediately pumped out now, and with propaganda and things like that. I do wonder really with the Jack Swagger thing if the pros and cons of it. I mean, the pros of it, he as a character, it's a good, strong character. I mean, he has the whole southern thing going on with the whole southern cliche kind of thing of, the whole racial issues in the south of America and things like that, and how it seems to be heavily, stereotyped. And yeah, how much fact there is there, who knows? I don't know. I've never been there. I'm not from there, but I'm sure it's not as bad as many people make out. I'm sure it exists like it does everywhere. But yeah, but with Jack Swagger, I mean, as a character, a solid character, a bit obvious he was going to go after Del Rio, because obviously Jack Swagger doesn't seemingly wants to eradicate America of foreigners. Oh, and we've got a foreign world champion. Yeah, born again in Mexico, so of course the whole Mexico sneaking under the border kind of thing, much like the JBL Eddie Guerrero story. Even though that was quite funny. But yeah, so you got Swagger basically being a racist, or patriot as he likes to brand himself, and Zeb, who does amazingly. I mean, I think without Zeb Coulter this storyline would die. I mean, I'm familiar with Dirty Dutch, but not as familiar as I guess other people. But yeah, I mean, the storyline's stellar, and so good. The positive things of him character-wise, it's a solid character. It's got him into one of the main event matches of WrestleMania. He didn't win, probably because of his DUI arrest, who knows, in real life. But yeah, it's given him a force. It's allowed him to be stiffer, to work as a heel, to be better, connect with the fans. At least the fans somewhat boo him. I mean, from all reports I've read, he seems to get a better heel reaction in live places. Which who is probably true. I mean, obviously the WWE are known for playing around with the sounds and stuff for what we hear through TV sets, but yeah, I mean, and so character-wise, great. It's got somewhere to go. I don't know how long they can keep it up for, because there's not that many Latino or foreign people in the WWE by the looks of it, and I did find it quite funny actually that they're going to do a foreign immigration storyline, and it's against a Mexican. I mean, you've got Kofi Kingston there, you've got other people, Jinder Mahal. I mean, obviously, yeah, like not any of those two are at the caliber Del Rio's at, and obviously, Del Rio being Mexican, being the main Latino star they have, because Ray keeps getting injured, it's going to boost sales, I guess, sales and merchandise and TV, and it's going to boost figure TV viewers in Mexico, obviously, and they go to Mexico to do live shows and some Raws and stuff. So I guess really business wise, why not? And that's what I want to go to next, the business side of it, which I think is more where this character has more legs, because the YouTube channel they made, like We the People, I mean, that is put on YouTube, which is obviously, I mean, I don't need to explain what YouTube is. You're on it right now, but it is it's the biggest sort of, it's like the biggest entity on the internet. It is its own internet within an internet. You know, you can find pretty much anything you want, whether it's illegal, legal, you know, God knows what's supposed to be secret. You can uncover it pretty much on YouTube. And anyone coming across these videos of We the People and this guy, these two guys, even though it's clearly marked WWE, it's clearly marked, you know, that it is a TV show, but still, it's still two racist people giving you reasons why America should be predominantly American, and why they should kick out foreign people. Now, depending on which side of the fence you're on, I mean, you know, sort of they're trying to basically coin it as they're just being patriot, you know, extremists, which, yeah, you know, some could argue, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people who view there's too many foreigners in America, and I'm sure there's people who are fine with it, you know, as long as they pay taxes, as long as they don't come to America taking the piss kind of thing, I'm sure they're fine with it. And that's pretty much how we'd like the world to kind of think now, you know, a bit more liberally. But anyway, there are these old-fashioned values that Swagger's portraying. Yeah, but people who watch on the YouTube video, you know, because it could easily be swung. I mean, you know, say you're like 11 or 10 or something, and you're not really sure, you know, you haven't really been educated too much on differences and like different cultures, and you see this guy on the internet, you know, giving you valid reasons to basically to be racist. I mean, I'm not going to keep using so many words, but basically, yeah, you know, be racist. So, of course, it's going to, you know, it could easily put impressionable minds. It could easily give them a valid reason to become racist. You know, and because obviously, if there are foreign people taking jobs that are supposed to be American jobs and all this stuff, then if they're seen as harming America's growth and just the American way, of course they're going to be seen as enemies. And you know, and also, like, not just kids, but people who don't watch WWE could come across these so-called racist videos, whatever, and I'll be like, oh my god, you know, what the hell, and perhaps even believe it. But either way, that's when you tackle something as serious and as muchly hotly debated as racism and world current affairs, you are going to attract. It is going to transcend from wrestling. It's not one person fighting another person for the belt, or one of them's dissed the other one's mother or anything. It's literally, you know, you're basically saying every non-American needs to leave America, kind of thing, and how basically, you know, you are just basically spreading kind of racial propaganda, and you know, for negative effect. And obviously, yeah, that's drawing more and more people into WWE. Anyone who is slightly interested in racism will probably come across the videos. Agree, disagree, either way, they're going to want to know more about it, which means they're going to tune in. So, it's a business point of view, it's probably one of the best ideas, you know, they've had. And but character-wise, I mean, I can't see the character going on too long. You know, I don't really know, yeah, kind of what they're really going to do with him. Another thing I might add as well, it's also quite strange to basically, it's quite a weird like dichotomy, because you've got an American, clearly, and he calls himself the American, Oklahoma, so the South as well, and you've got him basically being patriot, saying all the foreigners should be out of America and stuff, you know, they should never have been allowed in. Yeah, you might actually just get, you know, people, you know, if, you know, and so technically he is saying everything that's somewhat, you know, for America, and WWE are expecting the American audiences, or like largely in America anyway, to boo him when he's saying kind of things that it's almost like that elephant in the room, you know. So I don't know, it's a weird one. I think it's definitely one that could be dissected furthermore. But yeah, as always, like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.